Conservation of landform. How to protect that landform. This is today's class. When the plates are moving, one plate will go down and another plate will go up. Mountains are being created. So Himalayan mountain, you know, it is keep on increasing the height for years and years. So it is a natural process. You cannot stop it. If you have any hills, you see one part of hill will be very rich, other part will be very dry. All the rainfall will fall in one side and another side will be like that. You check all the deserts throughout the world. Who created desert is nature. How it is created? Due to its height, at one side all the rainfall will fall, another side completely dry. That is how the Thar desert is there. Do we call a place called delta? River will follow in a narrow stream, but in a delta place it will split. All the rivers will split and it becomes into a root. A single river where the Kaveri forms in Coorg, it is a single narrow place, but when it is moving, it will move and diverge and it will get vastness. Before it is getting into the ocean, a wide range of rivers are formed. So those rivers are called delta. Who creates delta? That is also nature. How we can conserve this landform? If you have a hill, if it is a granite hill, we will cut the granite hill, we will use it for construction, we will use for road. All the hills will be destroyed. If it is a limestone, cement, how cements are manufactured? By using limestone. 60% of cement products are limestone, nothing but a rock. If a human found limestone is there, then he will make it as a cement bag. Why? Because it is the high demand product. Second demanded product is a cement. Which product is sold mostly throughout the countries? You check it. First one will be water, second one will be cement. If the people saw there is calcium there, definitely they will break that, make it as a resource. Human will completely vanish a hill. So he is intervening. No, nature creates a hill, man destroys a hill. So we should know that what we should not destroy and what we should conserve, the landform. So this is the today's class. If we are not conserving, the biodiversity will lose. What do you mean by biodiversity is a particular species will only live in particular place. If you keep a lion in dense forest, be died within soon. Cannot find food. All the other animals will hide. If there is dense forest, deers will hide immediately. A lion should have a large vision so that it can hunt. And if it is very densely occupied and there is caves and hidden places, the lion will die quickly. Why? Because due to lack of food. Have you seen in African place, the lion will be living in a flat plain. Why? Because it should know where their prey is and it should run and catch it. So if not, it will not live. So like that, you cannot take the lion and keep it in a forest, and you cannot, the forest deers, you cannot take it and keep it in a plain. What it will happen? It will be immediately preyed. So that biodiversity has to be maintained. So that is one of the things. Supports agriculture, water resource will be maintained. Around 149 million kilometers of land is there, the total land. How to preserve mountains? 24% of earth land is covered with mountains. Sir, in 29%, 24% is covered with the mountains. How many people are living in mountain? That Kashmir is a complete state covered with mountain. And if you look into these places, Arunachal Pradesh, around the world, 110 crore people are dependent on mountains. What is the population of India? 149 crore of people. Throughout the world, 110 crore of people are dependent on mountain. If mountain ecosystem is damaged, who will get damaged? 110 crore people will get damaged. Sir, what is the use of mountain? 60 to 80% of world's fresh water comes from mountain only. So where is Ganga origin? Himalayan mountain. If you don't have mountain, you will not have fresh water. That is one of the major reasons. These are the threats you can see. Deforestation. Sir, if you cut the trees in mountain, what it will happen? Landslide will happen. The roots of a tree catches all the land in a slope. If you cut the tree, what it will happen? The roots will leave. immediately the landfall will happen. That is a threat. You see deforestation, the last one. Can you see? Deforestation is due to the cutting of trees. Landslides will happen, quarrying and mining. If we are doing, then it is a threat for that. In India, how many mountains are there? You see the map here. How many mountains? The Western Ghats here, these are all one mountain. And Eastern Ghats, these are the two mountains in South India. In North India, what mountains you have? The great Himalayas. Aravalli range here. This is a mountain. Here all the rainfall falls here. This became a mountain. Vindhya and Satpura, these are the mountains. So mountains are very less. But hills are more. There is a difference between hill and mountain, no? Coorg is mountain or hill? Hill. Himalaya, Western Ghats, these are all called mountains. What is the difference is, a mountain, when you are climbing it up to the top, the mountain will be flat. If you are climbing in a hill, it will be having its peak. Or how to preserve or how to conserve the forest is, do afforestation. You should not cut the trees, at least in the slopes. Nowhere you should do. Even though if you are getting more number of resources, you should not cut the tree. Terrace farming. Do we have agriculture in mountain? Yes, some agriculture is done. How you should do agriculture is, have you seen the tea estates will be like this. There will be rows and rows of agricultural process. This is called terrace farming. Level by level you will be having. First layer, second layer. The water, when you flush it here, it will go to all the places. What is the benefit of this? Sir, why we should do like this? Because when the water is moving, it carries all the soil. When the soil is immediately falling straight, all the rich soil will go immediately. You cannot do farming again. Next thing is, have you seen this kind of land stabilization? A mat here, there is a net. That net is being nailed here. This is called soil nailing techniques. When you are going towards Mysore, there are some hills. You want to provide this kind of net and it has to be nailed. What is the purpose of this? It reduces landslide. Wherever you sense that, can you see that there is no tree here? Can you see there is a tree here? The tree automatically nails the soil. But there is no tree means you have to artificially nail the soil. So this is called land stabilization. This is one of the conservation technique. And ecotourism. Ecotourism means what? If you are conserving this, automatically ecotourism will get improved. Do you think Dubai is a naturally well-nourished place? It is a desert. How they are making it into a tourist place? By creating artificial forest, artificial river, artificial canal, AC houses. What is ecotourism? Nature made a tourist place. Nature made a pool. Nature made a river. These things are called ecotourism. You should preserve that. This is a artificial tourism. So, second thing is hills. How to conserve hill? How many hills are there in Karnataka? You see, Coorg is a hill. Madikeri. Then here you have Ooty. Chemmanur. Ooty is a border between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. So, can you see number of hills? When you compare mountains, 6 or 7 mountains are only there. But hills, n number of hills are there. There is a hill, it's a natural temperature and it creates a local climate regulation. When you visit these places, it will be very cool. Level by level they will form, that is called contour forming. The elevation will be different. So, let us look into conservation. Sir, how to conserve hill? First thing, you have to contour plug. What do you mean by contour plug is? For each and every elevation, you have to do agriculture into a level. Next thing is contour bunding. Bunding means what? At the end, you should provide this kind of bund. The water should not go above the height. So, what do you mean by a bund? It is a stop. So, there should be a contour bunding. Check dams. Sir, we need water. What we should do? We should provide this kind of check dams. The water will stop here. You will be having this water for drinking purpose and other local needs. So for that, you should provide a check dam. Vegetative barriers are, if you are doing any agricultural work, all corners they will be filling with grass. Border of the farm they will be having grass. The top soil will not get eroded during any rainfall. So like this, there should be grass in between the farm work. This is one of the technique in order to retain your soil fertility. Next thing is controlled grazing. You should have limited grazing. Next thing, conservation of plateaus. High level land. It is a land but its elevation is high. That is called the plateau. Sir, how many plateaus are there? This is a mountain. After the mountain, whatever you have is called a plateau. Do you understand the definition? When we should call a plateau is immediately after the end of the mountain, you will be having a plateau, high level land. In India, how many plateaus are there? Karnataka we have plateau, Telangana have plateau, Maharashtra plateau, then Chhattisgarh. So this much of plateau is there. Sir, what is the use of plateau? Means it has more number of minerals. What are the minerals are there? Iron ore, coal, manganese and bauxite. This much is available. Sir, I should start an industry. Means where you should start? You should not start industry in the hills or mountain. Industry should be started in plateaus because your resources will be there. You can use that. India have about 97 million hectares of degraded land. What do you mean by degraded is the industries will take all the minerals, coal, iron, bauxite, etc. They will be over consuming. That creates a threat. Now, this is what I told. Open cast mining, industrial pollution. Since industries will be very high in plateau region, they create pollution. And deforestation, soil erosion is a issue. Conserve mineral. Now, what are the conservation measures we should do is, sir, if there is a mineral, imagine there is a iron ore here. The company is making it into iron and they are selling. This is during the process they will take all the minerals. The land will be like this. After consuming, what they should do is they have to reforestation. Reforest. Two terminology. One is afforestation, another one is reforestation. What is reforestation is already there is a forest. They are cutting. They should plant again. That is called reforestation. Instead of foresting, they give some money to politicians. That's all. Compensation is done. Who is going to plant? Who is going to conserve? These things are not done. Do you understand? What they should do is, after taking that mineral, they should do like this. So this is called land reclamation after mining. Next thing, topsoil conservation. There should be a mesh here. When the water is running, the topsoil should be preserved by this mesh. Next one is rainwater harvesting. Have you seen dams? More number of dams will be in plateau because from the mountain or hill the river water will come. Soon after it comes, there will be a dam. Dam is a structure which is used to rainwater harvesting. Next type of land is plain. Can you see the difference? What is this called? Plateau. What is this called? Plains. This you can see in US well. Plateau is a high level land. Plain is a low level land. This much of difference is there. Where you can find more resources is here you can see more number of mines, minerals, industries can be there. But here all the minerals will be taken here and stored in the plains. That is why more agriculture is suitable in plains when you compare with plateau. Sir, agriculture where you should do in plains. Agriculture if you are doing in plateau, it will be having less amount of the water. That is the difference. In India, how many plains are there? northern plain. In this place, you can see more number of agricultural crops are laid, products are coming. This is one of the plain, densely populated are in plains. Now, what are the threats for the plain? Urbanization, too much of constructions and occupying the space. This, if we are doing in plains, then there will be a problem. Soil erosion, over irrigation, too much of water which will be consumed here. These are the threats. Waterlogging, industrial pollution. Sir, how we can conserve the plains? First thing, crop rotation. Change the type of crops. You should do it in plains. Drip irrigation and precise agriculture. Precise agriculture means what? You have resources in plains, but you should use this much of resources. What are they? GPS and GIS. These are all called modern agriculture. As a CSE student, you can do more number of softwares related to this. What are this? GPS and GIS. And an agricultural farmer should know how much land he have. For drone, there will be some software. Have you seen through drones, they sprinkle the water. Hardwares and softwares, how to improve this drone technology. It should sprinkle the water, sprinkle the fertilizer, it should sprinkle the pesticides. Everything is done by drone. And this kind of wireless telematics. Through wireless technology, you can connect it. Artificial intelligence, remote sensing. If there is already been sprinkled there, if a drone is passing there, it should not sprinkle the same amount of water. It should understand that already there is a water, next place it should sprinkle. That is called artificial intelligence. It should sense that soil moisture, etc. Is green belts. So how to preserve green belt is, can you see, this is a road. In between the road, you should have this kind of belt is called green belt. What do you mean by this belt? Plantation of trees. So this is one of the technique. Next thing, these are the benefits. If you maintain this or if you conserve like this, you will be getting food security, soil fertility and groundwater. Conservation of deserts. You get unlimited solar energy, unique ecosystem. There are certain species are there, it is very unique. Whatever plants and animals are there, they have a unique character which you can use it for your purpose. Morning I have told, if you have a cactic plant, have you heard about cactic plant? You don't need to pour any water for months and months. The plant will not get spoiled. In more number of places, you would have seen, it is a natural plant. You don't need to water it. So those kind of plants are used for indoor purposes. Many shopping places, shopping malls, you can see plants like that. So those things are only through the desert. Sir, how many people are living in desert? You see, 20 lakh people are still living in desert. Near Rajasthan, these places, you should know that India's 2 lakh square kilometer is Thar desert. 85% of deserts are there. There are threats. What are they? Wind erosion. Have you seen wind blows in desert? It will take all the minerals there and it will throw away. So that is a threat. Wind erosion, climate change. Sir, how to preserve the desert is, if you are doing farming there in Rajasthan, there should be shelters and belts. Have you seen? This is agricultural land. This kind of belt they have provided. What do you mean by belt is? It is a grass which is being laid in all the places. In order to preserve the soil, they are called shelter belts or windbreaks. Sir, what do you mean by windbreak is? Like this. You should provide in a desert. If you have a dune, in a dune you should construct this kind of nets. These nets are called windbreaks. When the wind takes all the sand, the nets will stop all the sand. And sand dune stabilization. Like this you can plug drought resistant vegetation. Sir, in desert do you have rainwater harvesting? Yes. Like this you will be having rainwater harvesting in desert. Sir, do you have rainfall in desert? Yes, but very few. But that few rainfall you should conserve. How to conserve? Like this you should construct a place When the rainwater is moving in runoff, it should go and it should fill in a well. Like this you should preserve. You will be getting a benefit, following benefits. Next thing, coastal landform. Coastal area, sir, in India, how much coastal area is there? 7,516 kilometer. It is the length. These are all called coastal area. Mangrove forests are reduced by 50 to 90% due to natural coastal protection. Plantation of trees. Nearby coastal area, do you have trees? Yes, those trees are called what? Mangroves. Coastal trees or coastal forests are called mangroves. So, reduce wave energy by 50 to 90%. These are the threats. Coastal erosion is there. Sea level rise, sand mining, industrial pollution and cyclones. Sir, how to preserve? This is what I told, mangrove. Sir, what is the purpose of planting this kind of tree nearby the sea? If sea waves are coming there, these things will act as a barricade. Barricade means the sea wave will not go quickly, it will stop. Nearby any house is there, nearby the coastal area, it will not allow to go towards their house during night time. Mangrove plantations you should do. This is one of the way to preserve coastal vegetation. Can you see the difference? Sir, there is no vegetation in coastal area. There is vegetation here. There is no vegetation here. What you can do, if there is vegetation, even there is some tsunami, you can climb here. You can soft land by this. If there is no trees, what it will happen? The sea water will directly come into the coastal plain and it will sink the building. So, example of coastal vegetation. It is essential. Without plants, have you seen any coastal area? Then that is a threat. Then artificial reefs. This is called coral reefs. This is artificial coral reefs. So by this, it can improve the coastal zones pollution. Beach nourishment. Beach nourishment means what? Sir, sea wave is coming. Each and every time the sea wave comes, it takes all the sand. Again that sand has to be dredged to the coastal place. This is called beach nourishment. You should again refill back. Coastal regulation zones, after any sea, you can distance around 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer as coastal regulation zones. Yes, conservation of river valleys. River is also a place where agriculture uses about percentage of global freshwater. Rivers, agricultural land consumes 70%. Humans will consume very less only. River consumption is mainly done by whom? Agricultural land, 70% of withdraw. Preserving river, what are the benefits you have? Water supply. If river is polluted, will you get water supply? No. Agriculture you can use it. Hydropower. All dams are dependent on the river. Next thing is biodiversity. Then these are the threats. River pollution, sand mining and encroachment. Encroachment means taking the river land for construction of building. Provide watershed. What do you mean by watershed is constructing this kind of low-lying embankment. The water can store here and you can conserve the river. This is a watershed management. Watershed is connecting all the small rivers into a single river is called a watershed. River bank afforestation, that means, sir, nearby sea you should plant trees. Nearby river also you should plant trees. This is called what? River bank afforestation. All the rivers nearby 25 feet has to be planted by trees. This is being initiated by Isha Yoga. They have planted trees across all the rivers. Sir, what is the use? Save soil, they told. Save soil. Plant trees. Sir, when we plant trees, how we can save soil? That means this river will take away all the fertility from the soil and it will run. If you are planting trees, it will hold that soil and the river water will only go, the soil fertility will not go. This is the major reason that Isha Foundation from south to north they have gone. How to prevent pollution? Can you see this kind of barricades are there? If there is some floatable materials are there, you can get it from this kind of barricade. Throughout in globe, how much percentage of wetland is there? 6% of earth land is called wetland. In India, 35%. In India, you have around 4% of wetlands, and 35% of global wetlands disappeared since 1700. Sir, where it disappeared? What they have done? They have encroached. Humans have encroached that land and they have constructed the building. So that there is a problem. In India, over 1.3 million hectares are there as wetlands. Sir, what is the threat? Encroachment. People are consuming that land. Pollution, drainage from agriculture goes there. What you should do is wetland restoration and pollution control. This much of Ramsar sites are there in India. What do you mean by Ramsar site is protection of wetlands. This is in Kerala. And in Tamil Nadu you have one. In Andhra Pradesh you have one. Water is moving into the sea. There should be some bird sanctuaries. Do you have bird sanctuaries? Small levels are there. These are all national level. But in Karnataka we have the wetlands. But it is not Ramsar sites. Throughout the world they are the headquarters to take care of that. What is UNESCO? World Heritage. This United Nations are taking care of heritage sites, are recognizing globally. Ramsar is recognizing wetlands. In India we have this much of Ramsar sites. Ramsar sites are nothing but protection of wetlands. Who is protecting? Sir, if unless protected, they will encroach. Can you see this building? Nearby this building you have this kind of water. Why? They have constructed in which part? Wetlands they have constructed. They have sailed the building and he vanished. Sir, is government taking any initiation? Yes. This much to us. How to protect hill, how to protect mountain, desert, land. Sir, does government know this or not? Government knows. Is government doing or not? Government is doing. Where it is happening? These are the things. Does government have national afforestation program? Yes. What do you mean by afforestation? They have this initiation, but how much it is efficiently doing, which we have to know. First, we also should accept that how much we have contributed. See, not 100% is government. We should also accept that how much we contributed. The government says that Green India Mission. What do you mean by Green India Mission is? Government is asking each and every people that plant one tree. For individual you plant one tree. Have we done that? We should ask us also, no? Before asking the government. So they have a Green India Mission like this. Each one plant one tree. Sir, for that what the government will do? Government will give free sampling for you. Sir, where I can get? You go to horticulture place. There the government gives you free sampling. You get it and take it to your home. That you have to do. Then afforestation program. Government is taking some new barren land and making this mission. Next thing. Sir, how to protect desert? India have a program that National Action Program for Combat Desertification. For protecting the desert. They have one. Next thing is for water management. Integrated water management program is there. Sir, what they do is they provide sprinkle irrigation. If a farmer has to buy that, central government gives 50% back to the farmer's account. Do you know that? Sir, you are saying I have a land. Are you doing drip irrigation? Next question. Drip irrigation saves water. Sir, why I should buy? Means conserving the water. Sir, what government supports me? Government gives you 50,000 rupees for you. For making 1 hectare drip irrigation, it costs 1 lakh. Government gives you 50,000. This is one of the fund. Sir, how government is helping? Government is helping like this. through compensatory afforestation fund management. This is the next one. Coastal regulation zone, they have notified, like this they have notified, some laws has been amended. National river conservation plan, this is being initiated by the government. This much of conservation work is also be done, you should also aware.